Following the tragic events of the Bronx Fire, the Bridge Multicultural Advocacy Project, MCP, with the diverse Brooklyn community under the leadership of Mr. Meyer Appel, founder of the Bridge Project, arranged a great event to help the brothers and sisters affected. Many non-profit organizations participated in this event. They delivered dozens of trucks filled with thousands of blankets, food items, and other essentials. A large number of the city and state officials visited the Islamic Center of the Bronx and also participated in this gesture. Brooklyn's best Jewish non-profit organization, Shamira, and Pakistani Americans' top leading women organization, PASWO, gave their full support. Please watch the special report.
Once again, viewers, I'm really honored that I'm standing in front of the Bridge Multicultural and Advocacy Project, the CEO of this great organization which is serving diverse communities in New York and America, Mr. Meyer Appel. Let's talk to him what they are doing to serve those communities who are really, unfortunately, so many people died in Bronx and they are going to serve.
I represent the Bridge Multicultural Project, and today we're dealing with tragedy in the Bronx. 19 people died in vain. I believe they shouldn't have died. It's a terrible tragedy. Hundreds of families are homeless, don't have any clothes to wear, don't have any food to eat, and don't have any housing. And today what we're doing is Brooklyn is showing its best by Brooklyn's diverse population coming together. The Pakistani groups, and of course the 67th Precinct Community Council and Reverend Dines is here today, which does incredible work in bringing about this effort of today. But today is a combination of all faiths, all groups. We have about 7 groups that are part of this initiative, and we are not going to stop until we get all the supplies to the Bronx, to the people, so they can be well fed and they can have housing until the situation can be restored in the Bronx. The situation is bleak, but we as New Yorkers have come together. And thank you so much, Reverend, for being there and for inspiring us and assisting us with Faith Henderson and with Pastor Gill to bring some salvation and hope to the people of the Bronx.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Council Member Farrah Lewis. I represent the 45th Council District, and today I'm surrounded by leaders, community leaders around the city, but particularly in Brooklyn. When Brooklyn comes together, we unite, we come together, because it's not about race, it's not about religion, it's not about culture, but it's about love, it's about support. So today we're gathered here for the families in the Fordham Heights section of the Bronx. 22 families, or maybe over 22 families, have been displaced by a horrific fire. And what they have left from the fire is the clothes on their backs, but most of all, a devastating memory of this horrific fire that happened on Sunday. So we're going to come together in prayer. I'm going to ask Pastor Hines from the 67 Clergy Council, also known as the God Squad, to open us up in prayer.
God, we come to you today. We are so thankful for your mercies to us, and that you have given us these mercies not just for ourselves, but to extend our love and our heart, our compassion to others, as you have taught us to. Here we are on this spot of ground as we prepare to head over to the Bronx.
Thank you very much, Reverend, for that wonderful prayer, and may God be with all the victims and all the families and show them some support. But thank you very much, Councilwoman Farrah Lewis, for being here. I mean, this is not the first time that Brooklyn comes together as one. We've been together as one for the last 2 years, battling the pandemic of the coronavirus, and we've done it together. Atia's here from Paso, Shmir is here from the patrol. So we've been doing this kind of work, the 67th Precinct Community Council, the Haitian Nurses Association, and all of our association, the New York Rescue Team. We've been doing this stuff together in Brooklyn for many, many, many years. But this tragedy hit us below. It hit us very bad because there were so many young children and so many families that were displaced, burned. You saw those horrific pictures on TV. And Brooklyn immediately got together. The first call I got together was from a Jewish organization, from Mr. Leifer. And then I got a call from Faith Henderson, and she, and 67th Precinct, and the mayor's office got involved. So it was really, I think it's the beginning of a new wave in America, especially in Brooklyn. A new wave. We work together. Where there's a tragedy, we not only celebrate each other, but we work together to overcome grief and sorrow and pain. So it's so nice to be here. We're headed off to the Bronx in a few minutes. And in the Bronx, Faith is doing an assessment of what they need. And if they need something after today, we don't stop. You know, we continue this program.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. You took this initiative, and thank you, Farah. You here. We are showing like we are united to help the Bronx victimized family. We are showing we are one New Yorker, no difference between Brooklyn and Bronx. We are standing with them in the sorrow moment. That we cannot reduce their grief, but we are showing our love, and we are praying for them blessings, and like may Allah give them the strength to recover, like whatever they are in a injured and they are in a hospitalized. And we want to share our greeting with some stuff, then we can like show we are with them. So in that moment, our all Pakistani community, all Pakistani women community, we are with them and we are standing with them in a sorrow moment. Thank you so much, Mark.
The past few days helping out. I mean, the work that we do, the people really appreciate it. Some of the people are left with nothing. You know, I just spoke to a family yesterday. They have special needs, and they need a special, you know, food. They need to be in a certain place to live in, and they don't have it. So we constantly working on it. It's a work in progress. I want to just thank our councilwoman for coming, Farah Lewis. She's always there. Whenever we need her, she always shows up. She always boots on the ground. I want to thank Mark, the God Squad, Shamira, everyone that's here today. Tremendous, tremendous help. And we're going to continue doing this until every single person is taken care of. Thank you.
Yes, today we are here to do something very, very important for the victim of the fire in the Bronx. We know that the New York City, this country, and also the world has been through already for 2 years a very difficult situation, horrible situation, COVID-19. Everybody was hit by this crisis. Now, the fire in the Bronx was horrific. It was like a nightmare for so many families, especially immigrant people who came to this country for a better life for themselves and their families.
Thank you so much, Matthew, for so much years of service. But again, it's the people that work together, the Atia, Bill Tingling, the young people from Shmira who could be doing something else, but they're volunteering and they're here with the beautiful vans, the transportation to provide the stuff. And Levi, its director, its coordinator, who's heading this drive. And it's really wonderful. David Heskel's here, and we're all here, and we're just going off to with Elite Learners is here. So this is a community effort that Brooklyn will never let anybody down. When there's a tragedy, we are here. And God bless the victims, and God bless everybody in New York. In front of the mosque in the Bronx, 2 blocks away from the scene of the fire. I'm here with Rabbi Steinmetz, who is the leader of one of the largest synagogues in New York City, Ramaz, KJ. And we're here with the wonderful students from Ramaz. We're here with the students that are here to help and brought all these beautiful food packages. So I'm going to let you hear from Rabbi Steinmetz about the reason why he's here today. He's got much more important things than, you know, I mean, you're running a school of a few hundred children, but you're here today because you feel that there's a need.
Yeah, first of all, I just want to let you know that I'm here both on behalf of the synagogue, which is Keilath Jeshurun in Manhattan, and on behalf of Jonathan Cannon, who is the head of school of Ramaz. Look, we're here because of a fundamental belief that is fundamental to Judaism, and that is that all of humanity are brothers and sisters. And if our brothers and sisters are in pain, we need to be here to help them. And that's why we've come. We've got an incredible group of Ramaz students who I want you to hear from as well. And we're here to make sure that we will take care of our brothers and sisters in the Bronx.
This strategy that has really shaken up our borough and the entire city and the country because of the cruelty, I mean, and how bad it is for many families. And for you to being here and serving the community is an inspiration for many young people that we need now in these moments that we are suffering so much. Thank you very much to the rabbi for this effort to coming together. This episode of the tragedy has brought our community again together like we do all the time. Thank you for coming from wherever you are coming from, all over the places, to come here to our borough to actually give us a hand when we need it the most. I want to thank the Bridge organization for being here. I want to thank Smira. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. And this organization that actually are coming here to the Bronx to help us in this time of need. I mean, we had demonstrated as a community that our diversity is our biggest strength, and that what brings us together in time of need is so important, and we are doing it again and again and again. Our borough of the Bronx is in need now, and you are showing up for us. I mean, and those are things that we don't forget, and that we are going to be together in anything that we need over and over again. Thank you again for being here at the Bridge organization, Merit, and the organization for being here with us today.
Here we are here to show our sympathy and our blessing with those families who are victims of the horrifically fire. And in this moment we are showing like we are one New Yorker, and we are unite in every moment, no matter the greeting, no matter the sorrow. So we bring something for our kids, like there's a blanket, there's a milk, eggs, everything who needs in that winter season. And like we want to reduce some grief of the victimized people who lost their kids. And I saw yesterday there's a Muslim families also they affected by the fire. So we are standing here, and we are with our sisters and brothers who are surviving in a hospital also. We are praying for that, and we are like we can do everything they need.
Amazing to see how we all get together, like Mark and everyone mentioned earlier. It's time of sorrow. It's time when these victims go through something horrible no one can imagine, no one would ever imagine, out of their houses, losing their loved ones. We all get together on a morning, leaving our jobs, coming out here, packing up trucks of stuff, from pillow blankets to wipes to sanitizers to water to egg, to make sure to comfort these people a little bit. At the same time, we can't forget that right now they need a lot of prayer. So we should all remain in the stand, be together, unite as a team. And it doesn't matter if it's in the Bronx, if it's in Manhattan, it's still our people, our brothers and sisters, and we all come together when something like this happens. So we came from wherever borough we come. We thank everyone for coming out here today, and hopefully we can come out here on a better occasion with happier times. Thank you all. God bless.
Thank you for having us here today. I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers and everybody that came together to help in these tragic times. And this is what shows what New York is all about, when we come together and we show support for everybody.
I am Pastor Edward Hines, Executive Director for the 6th 7th Precinct Clergy Council of God Squad. And we are an organization of faith leaders in Brooklyn, doing the work of gun violence, doing the work of helping to heal our communities and to lessen the tensions between our churches, our cops, and our community. Today we are out here grieving with those families that lost their loved ones on Sunday in a horrific fire in the Bronx. And as faith leaders, as we empathize with them, we mourn with them, we grieve with them, but we also support them. And having gone over there and having assessed the needs of the families who have been displaced, they have lost their homes, they have lost their personal wares, they have lost a lot. And so we are seeking to bring hope. And so we have partnered with other clergy councils, other organizations such as the Bridge. We'll be joining over there shortly. We'll be bringing supplies to them. We're bringing the supplies that they need, food items, clothing, to help to bring back a sense of normalcy to them as best as we can. We know that there are other agencies, other groups, the city is working hard, but we're also playing our part as faith leaders to say that we care, not to say that we care, but to show that we care as well.
Hi, I'm the Chesed, head student of Chesed at Ramaz. I organize Chesed with the rest of the student body, from food drives, challah baking every week, collecting zakah for different people in different situations around New York and around the world that people need. And we're always here to help no matter what.
Hi, I'm Jeannie Hass. I'm the Community Service and Outreach Coordinator at Ramaz High School. We have an incredible group of kids here who are just a tiny fraction of the huge community of the Upper East Side who has been coming together to bring the supplies we brought today. We have bags and bags of clothes, brand new shoes, toys. Everybody just really came together in the most beautiful way. And it really is a mission of our school to go out there and help every community in every way that we can.
Thank you so much for your appreciation and recognition, Ever D. Clark. She always support the organization. She always show the love to the community for the women, and I'm gonna let her know like we are doing the all things beside the food pantry, as you told your niece, like we are working on domestic violence and we are working on shelter program also, and we need your help, we need your support. The Pakistani women, they really deserve they specifically, you know, they want to live with their culture and according to their Islamic values. They need a one shelter, you know, so I need your support. And the ongoing classes, as you know, the ESL, computer, and stitching, cosmetology, everything is going on beside the food pantry every week. So I'm going to give the mic to her.
Let me first of all thank the women of Poswell for all of the wonderful work they have been doing from the very beginning of the pandemic.
Thank you.
On so many occasions, making sure that families in our community are fed, regardless of their background, their ethnicity, whoever needs food, they are fed. I've watched as they have been quite generous to everyone in the community and have organized so that women throughout the Pakistani American community can gain skills, can have a place where they can feel free to get the support that they need. The leadership of all of these women is what makes this community so great. They take from their very busy schedules and focus their time, their efforts. They have even been impressing upon the younger women of the community how they can give their talent and their abilities to raising up and supporting community. So I'm just proud to be here, to be a witness and a participant to what Poswell is doing for the Pakistani American community and the level of passion that is shown for the people we love of this community. Those awards today were given to many of the men who are behind the scenes, doing the heavy lifting, making sure that everything is set up and that there is safety and security in what is taking place. We want to thank them because we are partners in this. Women can lead, men can lead, but together we are strong. And so I'm so proud today that we honor those men who for 64 weeks, 64 weeks, through the spring, through the winter, through the rainy season, have been out there in the community, on the street, making sure that our families are well attended to. Thank you to everyone. And these awards are just a small token, a small gesture from a very, very grateful 9th Congressional District, myself, my office, and all of the people that we represent. Thank you very much, and Ramadan Kareem to everyone. As everyone knows, we have a new Congress, we have a new president, we have a new vice president, and so many issues that we have been fighting for are within our reach. We know that for our communities, immigration reform has been a major issue, reuniting our families, making sure that people who are in between status can get their status and move forward for citizenship in the United States of America. People who have been trapped, cannot visit their loved ones, will have the ability to visit, go back to Pakistan and see family members. So I'm excited about the work that we're doing. We have already passed the Dream and Promise Act in Washington, D.C. That legislation is for people who were brought to the United States as children, but did not have the status to be able to be a citizen or a resident of the United States. That bill has passed the House of Representatives, and we are looking forward to it passing in the Senate. We are also working on comprehensive immigration reform because so many people have come to the United States through various means. We want to make sure that we capture everyone's circumstances, be they a refugee or be they a student, be they someone who was brought here as a child, whatever the circumstances. After contributing your talent, your skill, your tax dollars to the building of our country, we believe it is time for comprehensive immigration reform, and we look forward to passing that. That is a priority for President Joe Biden. It's certainly a priority for me. And then there's so many other pieces of legislation. We know that the American Rescue Plan was passed so that people in our community can get the relief, the vaccination, the health care, the financial support, the moratorium on rent and mortgages, so that we can navigate through the pandemic into a post-pandemic life and not suffer the repercussions of a very painful time in our nation's history and certainly for our community. We will hear from President Joe Biden this evening, who will talk about the next phase, which is a recovery phase, where we will concentrate on opportunities for jobs, for health care, for child care, for care of our elders. There are so many things that we know that we need to invest in right now to move our communities into the 21st century, embracing a brighter future, knowing what we faced with the pandemic, and the Biden-Harris administration, as well as the 117th Congress, which I'm a member of, are ready to act immediately so that we can navigate our communities into a brighter future. So thank you all so very much. Atia, Women of Paswell, thank you for all of your wonderful work, and let's stay connected to make sure that our community benefits from everything that you send me to Washington, D.C. to fight for on your behalf.
Happy Ramadan, everybody. It's the 64th day, and I've been here about 45 week, and I've been here about 30 times, right? I've been fighting the lines, and thank you, congratulations to all the honorees. I think this month is a very special month, and it's a wonderful tribute that we have our Congresswoman here who has been fighting for so many years. And thank God in Washington we're getting things done with immigration reform and others. So God bless everybody. Have a happy holiday. And united we stand as one community, because Atiya is feeding not only the Pakistani community, but she's feeding everybody. So God bless you, and let's keep it up.
Well, we are absolutely, we know that right now there's crisis in the region. For the people of Kashmir, the COVID pandemic adds to the constant threat of violence and elimination right now within the region. I think it's important that our State Department engage India not only around the COVID-19 pandemic, but global affairs and what is taking place in the region, so that the people of Kashmir know that the United States is focused on their well-being, as well as the people of Pakistan. We have a unique opportunity with the new administration to establish stronger bonds in the region and to look at justice within that context and the freedom of people to identify under their own banner. And so I will be working very closely with my colleagues in Washington, D.C. Now that the administration finally has its people in place, we have a Secretary of State, Secretary Blinken. There'll be many conversations going forward as we address the pandemic, that we also address human rights.
So, and I'll let you know that the PASVO is serving in Pakistan now this year, mashallah, and we serve the 5 cities in Pakistan: Karachi, Lahore, Faisalabad, Kotadoo, and Kasur, and we serve hundreds of people with the necessary things like the all iftar and sahari, like the grocery. Yeah. So, mashallah, this is the successful step, the PASVO towards the Pakistan, and because everywhere is the human being, no matter the Pakistani and non-Pakistani here and there, the pandemic is same for everyone, and suffering is same for everyone. So, PASVO is same for everyone also. So, thank you so much for your coming.
Here's, I have Miss Kenya Handy Hillard, and she is from, I believe so, District 40, Brooklyn. Let's talk to her. Welcome to Global and Dunia International. You are a very fresh face in this race, but you have a very good background. You was telling that you are with the Congressman Yvette Clarke. Can you tell us about yourself, your background, and why you are in this race now?
Sure. I have been serving this community for 14 years of my career as a public servant in government on all levels of government. So I started my career working for Congresswoman Yvette Clarke, working on her immigration reform platform. And then once we were in the minority, I left and came home to be the Brooklyn director for the New York City Comptroller's Office, fighting for tenants' rights, NYCHA accountability, and really trying to organize community. And then once I left there, I went to the New York State Attorney General's office, dealing with homeowner issues, deed theft, mortgage fraud, protecting, communities of color and homeownership, making sure that we can expand it and make sure that, it's the equity in the wealth in our communities are protected. I just left because of COVID and the urgency of having someone with an experience. I left the Department of Investigation that has a behind-the-scenes view of how city government works and how it doesn't work. And I realized that we are more of a reactive government than we are a proactive, and we don't partner with community in the ways that we should to make sure that you can see the work and see the results on the ground. So that's why I'm running. I'm running to bridge the gap between our communities and make sure that we have the education, we have the empowerment, and that we have the foundation to really leverage our vote. A lot of times people complain about how elected officials come home, they come in when it's time to vote, they want your vote, and then they do nothing. And a lot of that responsibility is on us, making sure that we're continually holding them accountable, making sure that they are a resource and that they are attentive to our communities. And that's what I want to build throughout this district, is giving the knowledge away, making sure that we build a pathway and a pipeline of leadership that looks and mirrors the district. And that means coming into immigrant communities, making sure that we all have the knowledge base, that we all have the understanding of how to leverage our vote, and then expand and grow our communities so that we can all thrive in the same community.
So much. I'm gonna warm welcome to our beloved Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. She's here, and her niece here. She's running for the Councilwoman 40 District. So our support always for the women, because we are, the working with the women empowerment. So our love and support and dedication always for the women, and we women deserve for your love and work also. When you gonna win, inshallah, so you have to support our women community also. So thank you so much. Before Yvette, she came before when the election was ongoing last year, and she's saying throughout the pandemic we are working with our dedication and with our heart and love. We are serving the community. Today it was our 64th week of food distribution, and from last week our male volunteer, our youth, our women, everyone are working on the front line, on the death risk, on the life risk, no matter is the winter, no matter is the sun, no matter is the rainy season, every time they are standby to serve the community. So I'm so grateful to our male volunteers and women also. So today, Yvette, she brought a citation award for our male volunteer, so she's gonna give them. So I'm gonna call the names, and first of all, this is the Ramadan Mubarak, and blessing of the Ramadan is for you too, because you are our, the friends, you are our lovers. So everything, they are gonna get the same things. So I'm gonna announce the citation award first. I'm gonna call Muhammad Anwar Adil Khan. Please come and get your citation.
I give to you Atia Shanal.